What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay, if this thing will ever work. Okay, let's get back on it now. I played against NovaEthos or something like that. NovaEthos, I think his name is. Okay. And spoiler alert, I said I wasn't making no more mod control on videos, but I played mod control just to say screw it because I kind of tweaked it a little bit. So I'll first of all do the card by card. Let's check it out and see what the deck looks like. This is the final build of the mod control deck. We have one BLS, one Breaker, double Sork, triple Spy, double Faith, double Mask, double Night Assailant, Sangin, Sinister, triple Thunder Dragon, Tribe, and Tsukiyomi. 20 monsters. We have 9 spells and 11 traps. We have Book of Moon, Card Destruction, Delinquent Duo, Graceful, Heavy, Double Knock, Pot of Greed, Snatch Steal. For the spells and the traps, we have Triple Jar of Greed, 1 Mirror Force, 2 Wing Blast, 1 Ring, Triple Solemn, and 1 Torrential Tribute. Rounding out the 40. For our side deck, we have Triple Trap Dust Shoot. This is for when I know I'm going first. We have the Sakuretsu Armors in 3. We have double Mystic Walk, MST, double Mind Control, double Zambara, Kaiku, and King Tiger Wanghu. Okay, now, not gonna lie, this first game I really screwed up, okay? Like, after I lost this first game, I felt like there was no way I was gonna come back and win because my head was just not in the game. I opened Trinity and I fucking lost. So that's hilarious as shit. But it happens though, you know? It happens to the best of us. Happens to me. I misplayed like crazy. Maybe I could have did something to stop it. Maybe I shouldn't have card destructioned. He came back on me. It was really good. He really got me that first game. But I ended up coming back on him, so that's all that counts. Just one game. So we will do the replay. Let's see what happens. So I throw scissors. He throws paper. So I get to go first. I'm like, hell yeah, this is awesome. I get to go first. And when I see my hand, I'm like, there's no way in hell I can actually throw this game and lose. But I do. I open Spy, Duo, Night Assailant, Wing Blast, Pot of Greed, and Graceful Charity. He's got Tribute to Doom, Premature, Torrential, No Mana Crossout, and Sonic Duck. Now, this is just embarrassing. Like, this is just one of the things, like, if you lose, you just don't need to play this game anymore. And I really just don't need to play this game anymore. Like, to lose this game, I just need to just throw in the towel and just completely just stop. Because this is fucking crazy. I Pot of Greeded into Mirror Force and Heavy Storm. And then I Graceful into Solemn, Book of Moon, and Spy. So I decide to discard Night Assailant, and I discard Spy. And I get my Spy back. So I set the Spy, and I set Mirror Force, and set Solemn, and just pass. He draws into a Vampire Lord. He runs out Sonic Duck, and he knocks me. And I decide to just Solemn Judgment in. I'm like, screw it. Let's just do it. I lost because I overextended. Really, that's the reason why. This card right here is what won the game, Torrential. Like, I was just going for the game. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to try to kill the guy. I didn't think even if I did that I would lose. But I draw into Snatch Steal for turn. I flip the Spy, and I get the last Spy in my deck. I Snatch Steal his monster, and I just go to battle and hit here. And decide to... It's actually a pretty crazy game, though. Like, even if, like, I did this, the way he came back was actually phenomenal. Like, I give mad props to this guy for coming back. He draws into Solemn Judgment for turn. So, literally, if I just don't be a dumbass and just summon... What I was going to do was really... I Wing Blasted this, which what I should have... Well, no, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have got me. No, I would have, yeah. I discarded the Heavy like an idiot. So, that was definitely a misplay there. I should have just waited a turn and just waited for the Wing Blast. Then I could have, like, Book of Moon this, Heavy Stormed, and it would have been just fucking over. Instead, I just summoned Spy and try to go for it. He just blows me out with Torrential. So I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I set the Wing Blast, and I just pass. He draws into Solemn Judgment, which I put back on top. He sets the Solemn. Yeah, I said here I overextended it there a bit. Just a little bit. I draw into a Knock, which is dead. He draws into Tribute to Doom, which is dead. I draw into Solemn Judgment, which is pretty dead. I set it. He draws into another Solemn Judgment. He sets it. So now it's just going to be like a Solemn more. I draw into another Solemn Judgment. So I got double Solemn here. He draws into Book of Life, which is dead. I just can't draw a monster like I save my life. I draw into Sork. No light, like obviously. So I just pass. He draws into Mirror Force. He sets it. It passes. I draw into a Thunder Dragon. Now, this was definitely a misplay again. I should have just said screw it. If you got the fucking Dust Shoot, you got it. My dumbass tried to play around Dust Shoot, added one Thunder Dragon. Like, I just misplayed crazy this game. Like, it really was ridiculous. So I go to battle and try to swing. He Mirror Forces. And I should have definitely just said screw it and Solemned it and saved the Book of Moon, I think. Definitely. But it's fine. I Book of Moon the Chaos Sword. So I just misplayed like crazy. Like, I'm not even going to lie. So then he fires Tribute to the Doom here. Again, I should have probably just Solemned this and let the Solemn Wars just go down. And just say screw it. But I just decided not to like an idiot. So, like, I don't understand how I even lost this game. But it happened. So he decides to tribute his Vampire Lord for his Vampire Lord. Which didn't make a lot of sense to me. So now I just Wing Blast it, put it back on top. So again, it's like, how do I even lose? He's got double Solemn, and I have double Solemn. I draw into Ring of Destruction. I think like I overthought this game a little bit too much. That's probably what happened. I draw into Night Assailant. I just set it right away and pass. He draws into Card Destruction, and he just passes. I draw into another knock. I just pass. He draws into Saku. He sets it. I draw into Jar of Greed. I set it and pass. He draws into Emissary. He summons the Emissary. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He just passes. He doesn't, whatchamacallit, I fire the Jar of Greed, and I draw into a Sork here, and I decide to just banish the Dark, banish the Light, drop Sword, just to banish the Emissary, which again, probably wasn't the right play, like, at all. Like, there was just really no reason to even do that, but I mean, I guess that was fine. He draws into Heavy Storm, which is fine. He passes, I draw into Tsukiyomi, now Mirror Force, and Torrential's gone, so I just go for the flip. I would have just won if I just Solemn the Saku right here. Like, I don't know why I didn't just Solemn the Saku. I have double Solemn here. Like, this is just crazy why I did not just Solemn this. Like, that's lost me the game, too. I should have just activated Solemn. He would have Solemned. I would have Solemned. But I was worried so much about Ring. Like, I didn't want to get Ring for him to beat me. But even if, like, he had Ring, I could have just Solemned it. It would have been a tie. I didn't want to tie it. So I just let the Saku go. Like, that was just a huge misplay there. Like, just so many misplays. Like, I can't even count how many times I misplayed this game. It really is ridiculous. He sets Saku up, passes. I draw into a Card Destruction. I flip the Night Assailant. And I run out Tsukiyomi, put it down, and I swing. And he Sakus it again. I'm like, okay. He draws into Exile Force. And he thinks about it and just passes. I draw into a Faith here. I set the Faith and pass. He draws into Emissary of the Afterlife. I draw into Tribe. So I knock his monster. I flip the Faith here. He says, okay, I grab Graceful. I Graceful into Jar of Greed, Mask of Darkness, Sinister. I discard both. I should have just set this Mask of Darkness and just passed here. Instead, I thought I had game, to be honest. Like, I really thought that I was 100 off, though. That's what really screwed me here. Like, I really thought I had game. That's what really pissed me off. Like, when I went to go this attacking, I was like, okay, this is exactly game. I'm going to hit him with all this shit, and I'm just going to rank for game, and it's going to be over. Let's go. But unfortunately for me, he's got 1,700, so that did not work out too well. So now I just main phase 2 Card Destruction, which again was a terrible play, because there was just no reason to do this at all. Like, this was just dumb as shit to do. I could have just set the Jar of Greed and passed. Now I'm just like got the deck out and I have nothing. He draws into MST, Solemn, and Sinister. So now I just pass. Again, I could have just went for the Summon BLS, GG, try it. At least I would have tied versus losing. So he Snatch Steals my shit. And he doesn't even use the effective. He just goes to battle and attacks. And I Mirror Force like a fucking idiot. He sets the Reaper, sets the MST, and sets the Solemn and passes. I draw into a Breaker. I summon the Breaker. He says, okay, I hit one of the 3 Solemn Judgment this man has, which is just crazy to me, so I just boom, pop this. And then I go for the Ring here, target this, like an idiot, complete fucking moron. Like, there was no reason to do that at all. Like, that was just so dumb. Like, I'm really throwing this shit. Like, after seeing this shit, it's like, y'all should just unsubscribe and not watch it play no more. Like, it was that bad. Like, I felt like a fucking idiot playing this shit. So, I just let him MST that. And I banish the Dark, banish the Light. I drop the VLS. He Solemns it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just Solemn this so we can at least tie, maybe. No, he Psalms it again, so he had all 3 fucking Psalms. It's like, cool, alright, what can I do? I switched the shit to defense, and I just passed, because I think this is like a turtle or something. He draws into Book of Life. Again, I have 2 cards in my deck here, so it's like, okay, I am just fucked completely. I cannot win. I have no gas left in my deck. I don't even know what the last card was. He sets another monster, and it is all but over. I end up scooping. So, definitely misplayed like crazy that game. That is like the example of everything you do not want to do. Like, if you just want to play backwards as shit and just completely fuck up, that is how you want to play. Like, that. Watch that video, and that will pretty much seal the deal on me fucking up. So, we go to game 2, though. I'm really, like, defeated. I'm like, god dang it, I can't believe that happened. Like, it's just ridiculous. So, we go to game 2 here. I open Sangin, Solemn, Trap Dust Shoot, Faith, Heavy, and BLS. I set the Sangin, and I set the Dust Shoot to the Solemn. Again, I thought I was going to throw this game, but somehow, for the grace of God, I ended up winning. He misplayed this game. He misplayed last game too, but obviously he didn't because he ended up beating me. There's a lot of questionable plays. Like, tributing that Vampire Lord was a little questionable in my opinion, but it worked out for him. He ended up getting me. Like, I drew too much shit and didn't have anything to do with it. So he fires his duo here after he sniped the, whatchamacallit, with MST. He sniped my Solemn, so I couldn't Solemn it. He picks the middle one, which is Faith. I throw out Heavy, which is like I probably should have just threw out the BLS and kept the fucking Heavy, because now he just has Snatch Steal, but it's fine. So I draw in a Night Assailant. I decide to flip the Sangin. He does not Solemn Judgment here, and I get him for 1,000. He says, okay. I set the Night Assailant and just pass. He draws into a Koki here. So now he decides to Snatch Steal the Sangin, tribute it for a Koki. I go grab Mask of Darkness, which probably wasn't the best pick, but hey. And he just swings over this, and I just pop his Koki. And then main phase 2, he Book of Life, and he banishes my Light, which really sucks. At least now his Snatch Steal is going, and I know this is Solemn Judgment, so it's like I can play a little bit around this. I draw into a card destruction, which is like pretty dead right now. So I set the Mask, and I just pass. He draws into a Creature Swap. So he's not going to Creature Swap this, obviously. He runs into it, and I just grab Solemn Judgment. And he sets the Creature Swap and just passes. I draw into a Sinister. I set the Sinister and set the Solemn and just pass. He draws into Book of Life. He goes to battle. He swings over the Sinister, and he just passes. I draw into King Tiger Wanghu. And I grab back the Sinister. I fire the card destruction here. He says okay. Does not Solemn it. And he draws into Knock and discards Book of Life. I draw into Solemn, Snatch, and Breaker, which is pretty fucking clutch, because now I can summon this Breaker. And I know this one's Solemn Judgment right here, so I can just, boom, pop it. And then I Snatch Steal. That was like the best draw like I could have asked for. Like, that was the best 3 cards ever. Like, that definitely won me the game. So I just set the Solemn, and I just pass here. He draws into a Heavy Storm, so obviously his only play here is just a Heavy Storm. I'm going to Solemn. I'm going to use the one that he knows that I have, so this one will be a little bit of mystery for him. So it's like I'm actually coming back here. He sets the Knock and just passes. I draw on Duo, which is pretty dead. Now I'm not going to summon this shit, obviously. I just go to battle and swing, and he scoops. So we're on to game 3. So after fucking up game 1 completely, I win game 2, which is nice. So now we will go to game 3 and see what happens. Let's see if this is still recording. Okay, it is. Alright, so he gets to go first here because I threw game 1 like a motherfucker. He opens Double Book of Life, Premature Heavy, Emissary of the Afterlife, and Delinquent Duo as his last card. So when he fires his Duo, I think that it's just toast. Like, there's no way I could win. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not in the cards. Like, I'm going to get punished. I fucked game 1 up so bad. So he picks my Spy, which really sucks because I needed that one. And I throw out the Book of Moon because I just think it's a hardened egg and just get rid of it. He summons the Emissary of the Afterlife, which is a really good card. This card is like a Sangin, but with 1,600 attack, and you just go grab your Sonic Duck. Like, it's really good. They don't ever want to like use resources on it, and if they do, they're gonna go neg on it. So it's actually pretty clutch here. But unfortunately, it's not a zombie though. So I think his deck should definitely be playing Dragon Zombie over the Sonic Duck, but that's just my opinion, especially if you're playing Zombie in this shit. So I draw into Graceful, which is really fucking nice. Like, definitely needed this. So I just shotgun this Graceful here right away. Say screwed. If you got Solemn, you got Solemn. I draw into Knock, Spy, and Sangan. So I decide to discard the Mask of Darkness, and I discard the Spy. I'm just like, just screw it. I don't need it. So, should have probably not set both of these Solemns. Should have just set one and Sangan, but I decided to set both of them. So I set both the Solemns, and I just pass with the Sangan. He draws into a Sinister Serpent here. So he fires this Heavy Storm. Now, he should have definitely set this Heavy over this Book of Life here, for sure. Because he would have just got clean. I would have definitely had to soul him that, though. So I'm not going to soul him because I know it's just going to be a 2 for 2. And I'm like, alright, I'll just take the clean 2 for 2 trade. Get rid of both my Solemns. That's fine. He goes to battle and he hits my Sangan here. And I grab Tsukiyomi because I have this knock. And he sets another Book of Life and just passes. I draw into Night Assailant, which is okay, I guess. I run the Tsukiyomi out, and I knock the Emissary just to get rid of it. Hit him for 1100. He takes it, and I just pass. He draws to a knock, which is pretty decent for him right now. It's not the worst. He sets the Sinister and passes, so now he can find his like Koki or whatever and get it out. I draw into Thunder Dragon, which is pretty dead at the time being. I set the Night Assailant, and I discard Thunder Dragon, and I grab 2 more. And I just pass. He draws into Graceful, which is really nice for him. He just shotguns the Graceful. This is why he probably didn't want to set the Sinister here. So he draws into Mirror Force, Exiled, and Snatch Steel. So he discards the Exiled, and he decides to discard the Mirror Force, which is really crazy to me. I would have definitely opted to discard the Premature there. Just to do it. But I guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. So he knocks my monster. So now at this point, I'm sitting with a Tsukiyomi and double Thunder Dragon, and there's just nothing I can do. But fortunately, he just passes. So I draw into a Spy, which is pretty good, I guess. So I have no more Spies in the deck, though, so that really does suck. So I just set the Spy as to pretty much just bluff, and I just pass. He draws into a Sonic Duck here. So he runs out the Sonic Duck, and he activates Premature Burial, grabs the Exiled, and pops my face down. This is why if he wouldn't have set this Book of Life, he could have discarded the Book of Life and kept the Mirror Force. So we both definitely misplayed a lot in these games, so it happens. He goes to battle, hits me for 1700. I take it, obviously, and he just passes. I draw into Jar of Greed, which is pretty nice because it's going to turbo through my deck a little bit. So I just run the Tsukiyomi out, and I just swing over the duck. He can't do anything. See, that's why if this was a Dragon Zombie, he could have used his Book of Life to get it back, because I'm pretty sure that's a zombie. Maybe it's a dragon, though. I think it is a zombie, though. Maybe I'm wrong. But I set the Jar of Greed, and I just pass. He draws into another Book of Life. So, yeah, he's on triple Book of Life in this deck. Definitely, when you watch this, you should definitely be playing. The extra 100 for Sonic Duck, is not worth it when you could just have another target for Book of Life. It's just not. You should definitely be playing. If you're playing 2 Sonic Ducks, you should definitely be playing 2 Dragon Zombies. So I draw into Delinquent Duo, which is really fucking nice. So now I'm just like, hell yeah. So I fire this Jar of Greed. And I draw into BLS. So it's like those are really fucking good draws there. So now I just shotgun this Duo here. Gonna get his Snatch in his Book of Life. So definitely clutch his shit. And I banish the Dark, banish the Light. And I drop the BLS and banish. Now I don't know what this is. So I could just summon the Tsukiyomi. But as you can tell for game 1, he torrential the shit out of me. So I'm just going to try to just stick this BLS. Snatch deals in graveyard. So I'm feeling pretty good. All 3 of his Book of Lives are gone. So it's pretty good. He draws into a Solemn Judgment here, which is dead at the moment. So he just sets the Solemn and passes. I draw into a Ring of Destruction, which is pretty damn nice. Because now it's just over. Unless he can stop this. I go to battle. Hit him for 3k. Hoping this connects. Just saying no Saku, no Saku. It does connect. So I just set Ring of Destruction and I pass. And he draws into a Vampire Lord. And I fucking came back. I can't believe it. After losing that game one, I did not deserve to win this. Like, I just felt so defeated. Like, there was just not in the cards at all for me to win. So it's nice. I'm glad I did win. Also, this is for the Slifer. This is not a rated match. This is for the Slifer tournament. You have to win the Slifer. Then you go to Raw. Then you go to Obelisk. So, really nice. Happy. Obviously, game one, don't even want to talk about it at all. But to win game 2 and 3, that's all that matters. Ended up winning. Let's go. Y'all hit the like, hit the sub. Have a good day or night. Peace out. Bye.